Barber Stylists, good morning. Mr. B here from our headquarters in Freeport, New York. Scissor salute to everybody. I want to talk about a problem I have with some of my competition. And it bothers me and it burns me because there's barbers and stylists that are being hoodwinked and taken advantage of. It seems quite often. Now, you're big online, you're big on social media, you have a lot of search engines and you're up there and stuff. But these big guys that really don't need to fool you to make the sale, they're fooling you. This morning, and I got to talk quick because we're running out of time, but when it says made in the USA, let's be straight up and let's tell it like it is. Please be careful. There's even American flags on some websites. It says made in the USA, but you scroll down and it says USA products available. So to the big guys with the big websites and search engines, tell it like it is. Scissor salute later, Mr. B.
No problem. I shall transform a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salon.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
barbers and stylists together with the Scissor Salute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy. Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute! I'd like to apologize. I didn't get to get all the post up. I didn't get to do all the social media. How you doing? My name is Eli the Barber. My co-host for the evening.
Trimz the Barber.
From where?
From Long Island, Freeport, New York. You know.
You're free to plug in your shop as much as you want to now. This is the Trimz Show. This is the Scissor Salute presents Trimz Barbershop. You can plug it as much time as you want. Give us the address. Give us the phone number and the compass. Give us the access, the latitude, longitude.
Okay, Trimz Barbershop. We located in the heart of Freeport, right on 28 Lombardo Avenue. You can look us up at trimzbarbershop.com, see what we all about. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at the original Trimz and Trimz Barbershop, either one. Today, we'll be talking about all the things we do in the community, and we're also going to talk about the different setups that we have with these barbershops that need to know that if they put forth the effort in cleaning up the communities that they're in, we can have a better world, you know, because we are the world. Real talk.
We are the ones that can make it better plans for
Definitely.
all our children. So the show is co-produced by the co-owner, co-owner of the Scissor Salute, New York Queen. The show is produced by the owner, Sefro. We're broadcasting live via StrongIsland.tv and LA's on the Bars. We're in Paradise Studio. So let's get into last week's. Well, let's get into the meaning of the Scissor Salute, which is a gesture, compliment, greeting, and lifestyle dedicated to bringing barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists together worldwide. And we use the Scissor Salute Show as an outlet to actually make that happen. Every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we give the opportunity for the visual artists to come down here and showcase their skills live on the stage while also conducting interviews with them and taking phone calls in as well. So you can find out how these visual artists got started, where they plan to be going, and you know where they are on their journey. So if you would like to showcase here on the Scissor Salute Show, advertise with us, as you see the Lineup Inc. has advertised. They're located in that part. See that down there? The Lineup Inc. They're going to have an event coming up September 27th, I believe. It's going to be called Concrete Jungle, Rumble in the Concrete Jungle. I like that right there. Concrete Jungle.
Concrete Jungle.
It's going to be hosted by Success Attic, located down in Brooklyn, I believe. So if you would like to do that, advertise with us, book us for your next event, showcase with us, all you have to do is just email us, ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Leave all your contact information. We'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. And trust me, we're I'm going to get you back to you. Well, let's get into the episode 521. The episode, we're going to go recap, and then we're going to go over the 3 picks. So let's do a recap. We had Sofia Jimenez. Her IG handle is makeup by Soph J. And we got the picture of her. She went up? No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that, LA. She's a makeup artist. She has a license for cosmetology, but she does makeup. And recently decided to get back into hair. I guess or maybe has always done it, but now she's actually in the shop. I believe it's the Perfect Cut. Sephra, what's the name of our salon? Perfect Cut. So we'd like to wish her the best of luck. The doors are open for any time she wants to come back here and showcase. And her model, too, is a licensed cosmetologist.
Nice.
That just does it on the side, though. She's not, hasn't really decided to step forward. But I have a feeling that hopefully we might have changed her mind here at the ScissorSalute Show. Then the Kalins from Faded Fresh Barbershop and Ruben's 5-Star Academy. And he also has a salon as well. We had Ruben the Barber. His IG handle is Ruben_the Barber. One of the things that he touched on was the teaching at his academy. That his teaching in the academy doesn't just prepare you to take the state boards, but it prepares you for professionalism. It also prepares you for actual work in the trenches. But what I mean by that is actually, in the trenches cutting hair, whether it's a fade, a shear work, razor work. He's really covering that. They're really not prepping you just for the state boards. It's more like prepping you for a career. And we'd also like to salute him. He's a Babyless educator as well. What happened?
Ruben.
We're good? I heard my name. We're good? It's on the table out there. Again, it's a live show. So if you hear any questions and stuff, it's because it's a live show. Our next call-in, again from Miami, Florida. Brady, you might have seen her on Barbershop Connect a lot. She seems to get posted up there at least once or twice a month.
Nice.
Natalie Styles. Now, Natalie Styles I think she called in our 2nd episode or 3rd episode back in 2013. She called in when we had Ladies' Night. And it's just great to see where she's come. I believe at that time when she called in, she had a handful of followers. Now it's up there. It's serious. And her clientele includes athletes, baseball players, football players, and musicians as well. So it's always great to see when someone called into the show in 2013, 2014 to see where they are now. It's always great to hear and see that. And finally, that's our last post right there. ScissorSalute to Yvette. That's not in the studio tonight, Blaze and Blush. She will be at BarberCon with us. We'll be at BarberCon, I believe, Sunday. I don't know if we're going to be there both days because, of course, we're going to be piggybacking off a big event. We're going to be piggybacking off of that. Hey. So everyone who's coming out here for the BarberCon, there's a couple people. I believe next week we're going to have Sarah Jane, Colors, and a couple others. So nice. There it goes right there, BarberCon. Tickets are still on sale. You could go to Barbershop Connect, click the link in their bio. I suggest you do it now because you don't want to be stuck out there waiting. It's going to be a 2-day event, indoor, outdoor event. And a little bit of surprise, ScissorSalute's going to be there helping assist Family Feud.
Nice.
So now, it's going to be like barbershop versus barbershop.
Okay.
We're going to be assisting with that. They have like a whole Family Feud thing coming there. But don't miss out on the Great 8 from the States. And education is going to be there left and right. Barbers are confirmed to be there from Europe, Asia, South America, I believe Australia, Australia, basically around the world going to be there. And the United States is going to be there heavy. Tri-state area is going to be in there heavy.
Trimz is definitely going to be in the building. We're going to be at the Graph Etch.
Okay. And Arizona. I know Arizona's going to be here. And ScissorSalute to Linda Eisner. So I believe, so you're going to be there. Anybody else you're working with there?
It
at
should
the
be
booth?
me, Jesse.
Jesse that cut?
Yeah.
Jesse that cut should have been here. I miss Jesse that cut. He's a well-spoken gentleman right there. When every time he's around, he got them ways with words. And tonight, ScissorSalute presents Trimz Barbershop, located in Freeport, New York. Showcasing. Go ahead, let us know who's showcasing.
Well, we showcasing right now Natalyn,
Okay.
Nat Curl Junkie. That's her Instagram. She's our loctician. She's also
loctician.
she's also a female barber.
All right, loctician.
So she has multiple talents.
She's a loctor.
Yeah.
Instead of a doctor, a loctor.
And she's also the advertising brain behind my brand.
All
She
right.
does all the posts and all of the stuff that you see there on Facebook and all that.
Well, it's great to see the teamwork here at the ScissorSalute Show. We always talk about it when we have guests come here and they talk about the team camaraderie, how every barber in the barbershop plays their part in some sort of, in a positive way. You know, it's good to see, good to hear that, and good to see. I mean, she came in here with the varsity leather jacket on. I know it's not a game. It's not a game.
Yeah.
When you come in here, when you're spending money on a leather varsity jacket for the place where you work, it's not a game. Okay, so let's get into the 3 pitches. LA, click them on. Okay, so I had to put this on there. Now, this part is not new. It's not a new part. Al Uppercut was the first that I seen do it. He did it's called a ribbon. A ribbon
Okay.
part. Now, with that being said, Gaines the barber hit this flawlessly. I suggest you go either to Barbershop Connect or go to Gaines the barber and check. This is flawless work right here.
Yes, it is.
This is flawless work. What I mean by that, we're talking about symmetry. And it's, when you really take a look at it, I feel like
It looks 3D.
it looks 3D, and you don't have to be like a super duper barber to accomplish it.
Exactly.
I mean,
Clean.
to do it, Gaines nailed it. But if you really take a look at it, it's just a part. You see on the top line. Take a look at the top line. That is the part. Then underneath, he just bubbled it up, and then he added dimension by fading. He chose the right spots to fade. Now, another thing that I'm going to show on this picture and the next picture is the difference. You can go to 2013 and check the background on people's pictures, and go to 2018. Check the background. That is a photo backdrop in the establishment that I'm pretty sure all the barbers came together and was like, yo, this is what we got to do. And it all depends on what you're trying to do. She has 2 braids in her hair, nice edge up. And if you're wondering what is done on the side, I'm going to say that is an open blade on the side with a 1.5, 2 near the braids. The part was probably done and the hair was left alone because I really don't see no signs of any additives in there. It looks like just straight hair. And if he did additives, it's not that much and it's done the right way. So ScissorSalute to Gaines the Barber. Make sure you check him out. His name is right there on the bottom. It's Gaines the Barber. So I'm going to say it's G-A because I'm using my LASIK surgery right now to see that. So that's Gaines the Barber with a T-H-E. All right, so let's go on to the next one. And it's funny because rumor has it she's going to be in the studio next week. Correct? And I picked this haircut and I didn't even know that she is going to be in the studio next week. Sarah Jane Colors. This was what she submitted to Behind the Chair the Shot Awards. Again, she does flawless hair when it comes to color, and you can see, really take a look and see the shine and healthy hair. So not only is she like coloring the hair, she's rejuvenating the feel of the hair. The makeup is hit flawlessly, and just like Gaines, the background, we see the background here. She elected a black background. She had her wear either the black cape or a black shirt. Picture is just like nailing it right there. From the makeup to the hair to everything about this picture. To me, I feel like it's flawless, and it's a shame that she only got 69 likes. That is easily worth some thousands and thousands of likes because the hair, it's not too much. She did it great. It's a pastel, soft color texture right there. The pastel colors is nailing it. And for anybody who's watching the show thinking, okay, I want that done to my hair, you better know that there's a process. So every hairstylist who comes on here and talks color, when you start getting into the vivids and you have these mermaids and unicorns walking around, it's dedication and it takes some time. Next picture, please. So again, this is big right here. I don't know if you've been watching the show every week, but about 4 or 5 weeks ago, Harry Houdini made his way to the show and told us to log on to CosmoProf.com and pick him for the beard.
Nice.
The beard shot. License to Create Awards. Okay, so License to Create Awards that won on in Premiere Orlando, and there goes Harry Houdini, ScissorSalute affiliate, walking on the stage.
That's my bro right there.
I mean, look at that award right there. That award right there. If I was to win that, if you come to my house for a barbecue, that's gonna be at the table. That's gonna be at the table right there. Be like, yo, I might come to your house with that trophy for like the first couple weeks.
Yeah,
like, yo, Eli, I'd really like you to come over. My daughter's having a Sweet 16. I might show up with that trophy.
Well, he definitely got to bring the trophy to the show.
Yeah, he definitely gonna have to. So again, salute to Harry Houdini with that trophy. And I took that picture off his Facebook. Al Uppercut already mentioned him as well, but I was on Facebook, and it's just a great accomplishment for him. License to Create Awards and salute. So there goes my 3 picks. I had Gaines the Barber with the ribbon part, which I wanted to put that up there because that's something that many others could accomplish. Many others can do that part. It's not, not that hard of a part, but when it's done the right way, it looks good. And then we had Sarah Jane Colors, who's hopefully will be here next week with her flawless color. And just the meanings of those pictures, though, is to make sure, or it's not to make sure, it's just that is the difference in my eyes, is the setup for the picture. Not only is it done with flawless work, but the background and everything makes the hair pop. Gaines had the white background that made the ribbon pop. Mm-hmm. Sarah Jane had the black background, black cape, and made that
color pop.
Yeah. With the flawless makeup, natural makeup. It's funny I'm saying natural makeup. It's just, you know what I mean. It's not a beat face. I believe that's the terminology. The face is not beaten. And when I first heard it, I'm thinking World Star. I didn't think makeup getting being done on someone's face is, you're going to be like, oh, she beat my face. Really? What you do? What she beat you for? And meanwhile, they're talking about makeup. All right, so showcasing right here, you got Nat _curl _junkie. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great interview with her later on. She loves doing what she does. And Robinson take some time and just tell everybody to swipe up because the ScissorSalute Show is live. And I just did this live on the show. Sorry about that. But I have to go through my social media and make sure everything is on there, Because it means that much. If you're watching the show right now and you like what we're doing and you want to show some support, very easy. Press that share button. I believe it's located underneath where you'll see the lineup. No, it's located underneath the ScissorSalute Show. Press that share button. Put it on your timeline. Press it one more time. Share it in any hair groups that you're a part of. And if you would like to showcase on the show, be interviewed on the show, advertise with us, you can email us, ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Leave all your contact information. We'll get back to you in the order that the emails received. Now, sitting next to me, we got the owner of Trimz Barbershop and the original Trimz. Mm-hmm. So let's go over your start what was it? 1997 your establishment opened?
1997.
Okay, so 1997. But the shop that I first started opened up around there. So let's get back to 1997. There's not too much shops. There's shops, but there's not too much around. What's going through your mind being a young person and, you know, about to open up your own establishment?
Well, when I did it, I was 19, so I was fresh out of high school, and I had no fear. I was just like ready to go, and I just did it. And I was actually forced to do it because I didn't like the way we was being treated in the barbershop that I was in. So it kind of forced me to open up my own barbershop.
Right.
You know, it also makes you realize that when you're in business, you got to treat people, you know, fair and right. Do everything in black and white, so people won't feel that they're getting taken advantage of. So at the end of the day, when I was mistreated, I was just like, yo, man, it's not a way to run a business.
Yeah.
So you know, I've been successful for 21 years. You know, still own the first store that I started in, which is my hair salon. We do numerous of things that keep us going between the way we treat our clients, because collectively we all have the same clients. We don't have that individuality stuff at Trimz Barbershop.
Okay. So again, mentioned in the beginning of the show, right off the rip, I seen it is a team. When again, it's not too much times you're gonna see someone who works at an establishment buying a varsity leather coat for where they work.
Yeah.
You know? So right off the rip, I see the teamwork. So you're saying there's no individuality there. Everybody, you treat your clients. Now let's go over the treatment of the clients and the environment, the actual treatment for them and the environment. Bring us through like a Trimz Barbershop experience.
For the most part, we have cool music. It's a cool, laid-back vibe. It's definitely kid-friendly. We have all nationalities. So the talks in the barbershop, we talk about a range of things, everything. And we do it together, which is like the coolest thing to see. You know, we got old, young, we have, you know.
Women.
Yeah, a lot of women.
A
lot of women. To the left of me here, we got Dave the barber.
Yeah, we do a lot of women. We do a lot of kids. We do a lot of older gentlemen. They come into the shop and they feel comfortable. Mothers feel comfortable with us. You know, like you said, our music is always pretty much laid back. We don't play too much rap music. We play mostly like jazz,
R&B,
old school reggae.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We try to keep a curse-free environment.
Yeah.
So we don't have it rowdy at all. So the people like to come in and relax, and that's been a real good success factor for us. We also do things as a team. So like each barber, you know, gets a shot to clear the client. We don't, you know.
What happens if that client wants to just go to you though?
They can.
We have a system for that. We have a first available. We have a request.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Okay, so it's appointment. You guys do appointments.
Yes, we do appointments.
We do appointments.
Is it you charge differently on appointments, or is it the same?
Of course.
You ever have someone be like, "Oh, it's extra for an appointment"?
Sure.
You ever look at them? What's your face? I'm looking at them like, "What did you just ask me?"
We answer that with, "Well, how long you been waiting on this line?" You know what I mean? And they understand that right away.
Right away.
Right away, they understand that this is a no-wait system. As long as you have a choice. You can wait, or you could be in the first chair available. Either way, you shouldn't be waiting.
Right.
Exactly. If you want to go by the system, but if you want to make a request, that's up to you.
How many chairs you got active right now?
We have there's a few of us missing, so we have active
5.
Yeah, it's 5 barbers.
Five with a
5 barbers, then we have a nail technician.
Nail tech. So the moms can get their nails on while they wait.
Yeah.
Nails and facials.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Guys,
we got facial.
I used to get my nails done all the time. So
Well, trust me, if you see our esthetician, hey, you'll get your nails done.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
he said that's a Fendi.
That's a
That's
fact.
a Fendi. So guys, been open since '97. Now I'm gonna have to fast forward it a little bit. I believe 2011 MySpace comes out. MySpace is available. Were you part of that? Did you step up? Did you put your shop on there?
Actually, before all this internet stuff, we actually created one called Trimz like years ago. And
Trimz?
yeah, and it was a barber networking platform that barbers could share information, tools, how to do certain cuts, and it was building up really, really big. And at the time when I met with Lee and Eric had a conference when they launched Barber Connect, and I was too busy on the back end with my shop that I didn't really push the platform like I should have. But it's cool because I see two friends of mine do a platform where the barbers got together and did, it's not the same, but it's pretty much a great vice, and I was happy to see that.
And then Facebook, Instagram comes along. What changes did you see in the profession when those two juggernauts, those two social media
that made a big
juggernauts came
difference.
into play? What differences did you see in the profession?
See, the difference is, like, back in the days, to shoot a commercial cost about a couple grand. Then you had to shop the commercial to the TV stations. So you would think, you pay all this money for this commercial, you're going to get it seen. And then it doesn't get seen. You're like, I pay all this money for this commercial. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you have to shop it now to the different cable stations. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's how this works. All right, cool. We're going to be on public access TV because the networks is too expensive. You know what I'm saying? So then Instagram comes out. Really, Instagram. It's not, I can't even say Facebook. Instagram with the pictures, because Facebook took over the Instagram platform. That picture thing, when barbers got to post their haircuts, post their brands, and you actually gain so many clients from that because they're seeing your work, they're seeing what you're worth, they see how you move.
This has like a digital portfolio.
Exactly, and it was the best thing ever, and it's free, which is excellent.
I'm on now. It's free.
It's free.
Now, usually on the show we come here and we talk about the network, and social media always gets brought up because, again, we're actually broadcasting on social media via Facebook Live right now. And, but it's something that you mentioned in the beginning of the show, and it's always great to have barbershops or people in our profession who come down here and bring that topic up and really show their work that they do in the community and the differences that a shop can make in a community. So let's go over the list of things that you've done for the community and, some accomplishments you guys have done in the past.
Between giving...
The number one is...
Oh, yeah. The biggest
number
thing
one is Dollar Day.
Dollar Day.
Dollar Day.
Dollar
Yeah,
Day.
cuts for $1.
Cuts for a buck.
That's our number one
Yeah.
biggest event we have.
That we give back to the community.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cuts for a buck. And that's
That's-
is that an annual event?
It's an annual event this year. It's August 18th. If you're a barber and you want to be a part of this Cuts for a Buck Day, you can come give us a call at 516-867-1466, or you can just email us at trimzinfo@gmail.
How many barbers we had last time?
Yeah, we had a lot. It was a lot.
Oh, 20-something?
Yeah, about 20-something barbers.
20-something barbers last time.
And they came from all over. We had some big names there. Matter of fact, Houdini, he was there.
Denny Moe.
Now we can say award-winning
Award-winning barber.
Hernandez.
Yes. We had Denny Moe from Superstar Barbershop in Harlem. We had Miss Ryan Cuts. We had Paparazzi Barber. We had OJ the barber. We had man, I don't know everybody's name. Forgive me for that, but it was a lot of guys. We had well, this year I'm trying to network with all the barbershops, all the affiliate barbershops in the area. At least if one barber from each shop can come out, they don't have to give up a whole day. Just give up a few, like an hour out of their day, because there's so many of us that we can, share and just, move out the way. Even if a guy just wants to use my clippers,
We could use your help.
we could always use the help.
It was
Actually
over-
did something like that. So I mean, and continue. And Dave, how long you been doing hair?
I've been cutting hair for close to maybe 7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah, just about 6 or 7 years.
And what was it about, being a barber that made you stick it out? Because a lot of people try getting into the shop and they bust a U-turn, right? But even they don't even give it a chance. That first kid gets in the chain, it's like, y'all, I got to take a break, then we can come back. So what kept you in the shop?
Well,
We talk about this all the time.
I had a 9 to 5. Coming out of high school, I had that 9 to 5. I didn't go to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I got a job. It turned into a pretty good job. I became a mechanic at Honda, and I got fired due to I got injured, couldn't perform the way I wanted to, and it just snowballed. But either way, I decided that I didn't want to give anybody the opportunity to take away my money ever again. I had my son was just born, and I had a girlfriend, and we were struggling at the time. So I'm like, how can I keep money in my pocket on a day-to-day basis to, feed my son? And barbering came into mind. You get paid, put money in your pocket. That's what I thought, at least. And from there on, I got a lot of resistance. I got resistance as far from family, from other people saying that go get a real job.
That's the worst.
Go get a real job. You know what I mean? And that kind of motivated me more to keep the grind up, especially because I knew what I could do. I had a talent for it. I went to LIBI.
Shout out.
I went to
ScissorSalute
LIBI.
this.
There's a lot of LIBI coming through.
Actually, all of my, well, not all of them, but David's from LIBI, Natalyn's from LIBI, Kalin's from LIBI. That school is a good school.
Yeah,
they really train these guys well.
I give a big shout out to Chris
Big
Diaz.
ScissorSalute. Mr. Diaz over there.
ScissorSalute.
Definitely.
Chris Diaz. He showed me what was possible as far as
And Mr. Felder.
Mr. Felder, of course, he's the man. But he showed me what was possible as far as being able to collect and being able to support your family, because he's a family man. And then of course I met Levar, and Levar was doing it different than than any barbershop I've ever been at. So between those things, those two people were my biggest influences, Chris and Levar, and that kept me going because I seen the possibilities.
And again, I just wanted to get everyone a little bit more familiar with Dave, because you were sitting in here, they got familiar with Trimz.
Right.
Now let's bring it back to giving back to the community. Let's go right back to that topic. I mean, I'm sorry for the people that are watching that I'm jumping back and forth. I just wanted to, let you guys get a little bit more familiar with David here. Trimz, Levar talked in the beginning of the show. Just wanted to get you familiar with Dave. Now we're going to go back to the giving back to the community with Trimz Barbershop. We already talked about Cuts for a Buck, an event that they have. Trying to make it an annual thing, I believe. It's an annual thing, August 24th, you said?
No, it's August 18th this
August
year.
18th.
It's always the last. It's
third
It's always the Saturday before the last Saturday in August. So it changes.
Okay, the Saturday before the last Saturday of August.
Yeah, so always count back one Saturday. That's it. And that's the day of Dollar Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Dollar Day. And you have any other events you guys have done, or maybe even
just
stepped out of the shop and done volunteer work?
Yeah, we
did
did
Hope Day last
We
weekend.
just did one last weekend.
Oh, there we go.
We did Hope Day. Hope Day is a nice conglomerate. It's actually a chain of churches that come together that help different communities all over, and they have placement where they put barbers, they give away clothes. It's just a beautiful thing to see when the community gets together. Like when they first started it, they had started it at Mitchell Field, where they did all of us was all there together. And then someone came up with the bright idea to put it in the community. So they spread it across the whole Nassau County and parts of Suffolk. So like, if you're a barber, if you go to church and you know anybody that's affiliated with Hope Day, you want to be a part of that. That's a really good blessing for all of us as a whole, as a community. We do a lot of stuff as well with to give back for kids sports. We do the little leagues. We do the traveling leagues for some adults. We have softball teams, baseball teams. We have.
Oh, wait a minute! You guys got a softball team?
Yeah,
we got a softball team too.
We have basketball teams.
Got that.
We have.
We even got a volleyball team. Y'all got that?
We don't have a volleyball team. That's the only thing we don't have. But we definitely we're the trophy sponsors for the Red Ravens.
Flag football team?
We don't have a flag football team, no. But we can create one. We got enough guys that come through to do that. But for the most part, we also have what speared all of this give back stuff was the Trimz Barbershop scholarship. We have a scholarship fund that we give a kid money for college every year.
How do you go about choosing who's going to get it?
Well, what happens is we had created a criteria, and when your scholarship is over a certain amount of money, you're not allowed to pick the actual student. The educational board, Freeport, they pick the student for you.
Ah, okay.
So if you get your ones up, they'll do the work for you. If you want to do it, a lower scholarship, you could actually pick who you want.
Ah, okay. So we're talking about this as a place for inspiration, education, and information. So we just got some information where if you come up with a college fund, if it's low, right? You said
if it's low, you're able to pick the criteria and the person. But if it's above the amount that, we're not gonna say the amounts, but if you do above the amounts, you can take less work off your hands and they'll do it for you.
Okay, so there goes the information. The inspiration part about it is maybe other shops can do that as well. Maybe other shops can take off that idea, or the salons can take that off that idea. It's pretty much anybody, really. Mm-hmm. And the education part, again, is just learning the different things that can be done in our profession, touching more than just hair, touching the community, helping out the community, because, some shops get a bad reputation, and that's obviously not the case here. It's all going to depend how you set the line and what you set the bar at your establishment. And if you notice, I'm saying establishment. I'm really trying to, and I'm not shaming that word barbershop. I'm not shaming it. But I feel like the next step, the 2018 step, it should have been how we've been stepping for the longest, is say you work in an establishment. You don't want to say, eventually one day I want to open up a barbershop.
Yeah.
If you're opening up a barbershop, you're limiting your money. Already, your mindset is limited. Mm-hmm. Now, you might be like, no, Eli, no, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you. I'm trying to put you onto something. You want to open up a place of business where people are going to feel good to walk in there. They're going to feel great to be in there. Mm-hmm. They're going to feel great when they leave out of there. They're going to say, hey, I just spent this amount of money on a haircut. But I like my hair like this. So the person that was cutting my hair told me how to maintain this hair. And I ended up buying the products that were in there. That's a place of business. And they keep on coming back. A barbershop, they step in there, they get the haircut. Yo, man, good looks. I got a great haircut. I'll see you guys next week. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is, in the barbershop, even if you're working in there, not running it, okay, you made $30 a haircut, $40 a haircut, that's great. But a place of business with teamwork, what that we're hearing about here, the haircuts could get up to $60, $70 a haircut. Now, how does that happen? That happens by offering different services that are available in your establishment that are not available up the block. And eventually there's going to be people who pay it. Oh man, that's a little bit too much. No, it's not too much.
No, you got to upsell your tickets. I mean, you start, it's just like a car. You go in there to buy a car, they show you the LX. That's what the one they show you. And they show you all the bells and whistles, and then they put you in the DX. Because that's the one that most people can afford. And they go, do you want this one here? And then you go, wait, it doesn't have power windows.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like you going to the barbershop and you didn't get your hair washed.
Yep.
You didn't add the razor. You didn't add a hot towel. So you can add all of these different things in color. You can do numerous things that can make a regular haircut boost the ticket sale up by 50% easy. So if you want to just be a barbershop, you can be a barbershop, but he's right.
Yeah, I mean,
establishment.
It's something that has been going on, something that I've been seeing a lot, especially here with the show, and you hear people talk, and even when I'm talking amongst my friends or whatever, you know, I've been asked why don't I have a shop or whatever, and establishment, because I want to open up a place of business, and really there's going to be few who want to work for me. Those who will work for me have to work with me is going to be career-minded. Yes, you're going to get a lease. You're going to get a lease. I'm not going to have you work at my establishment without a lease. You know, I'm not going to hear that, well, I'll pay you rent so I can. No, you see, that's gone. I'm not even going to finish what I was about to say, because that's how much I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But there'll be different things. I might raise the rent during the summer. But trust me, it's going to be beneficial to you. Because when you come up to me during the winter and you want some, oh man, this week wasn't that good. Well, check this out. The rent was up. I put the rent up in the summer. That extra money, I didn't pocket it. I kept it here for days like this. Where, it might be a little hard. And something, you know how it is. Sometimes it gets like that. What happens if we got a snowstorm 4 days in a row? Then what? Then how do you expect them to come out with this? Again, that rent might be extra more than a person up the block, but we'll talk about education coming in there, where you're not going to have to pay because that extra rent is going to be going towards that. There's many different things that can be done, but I want that first month's rent, first week's rent, last week's rent before we even start. Mm-hmm. Before we even start, I need that.
All right, just say I'm a business owner. In order to obtain a store, you got to give 3 months. You got to give first month, last month, and a security deposit before you even put one nail on the floor, one mirror on the wall. So, and then as you're putting the nail on the floor and the mirror on the wall and adding the chairs, that rent's still due at the end of the month. And if you didn't get any customers, they're going to still have their hand out for your rent. You can't tell them, it was slow this month. I didn't get it this week. Just let me slide. They were like, what, you did 10 people? We watched you from the window. Well, that 10 people is their money.
It's funny that you used to say that, because when I was running a shop, I used to hear that, and I just be like, you know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to start tallying up your heads. The fact that that you can't manage your money, that's not my fault.
Yeah, it's not.
But I feel like that's, if you're watching right now, somewhat led to the topic, because when I'm here in Trimz Barbershop, it's a place of business with teamwork, and on top of having great service, curse free, foul language free, no foul language, good music up in there. They have 5 barbers that are in there. You say you're down 2 right now at this moment?
Yeah.
Down 2 that, but you have 5 in there that is ready to go. Mm-hmm. Now, Mike Custom Cuts has been on the show before. We've actually went to his location and interviewed him. We have a show that we never even aired. We went over there, recorded a whole bunch. I don't even think we aired it, right?
Wow.
But he said something during that interview when I interviewed him. he would rather have professional barbers than and 3 chairs than have like the knuckleheads in every chair.
All day. I would rather have 1 if I have to deal with that.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I wiped out a whole staff because of that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like people, we've said it here on the show, and yes, I repeat myself a lot. I'm sorry because this is something that everyone needs to know, and it relates to everything. In our profession, there's people who cut hair, and then there's barbers. There's people who cut hair, and then there's hairstylists. And well, Eli, what's the difference? Well, the barber is going to walk in there is going to try to be there if he can 10, 15 minutes before the place opens. So he can get there and be there when that person walks in the shop, you know. Or if you're late, whatever, but that are in there, they're taking care of their responsibilities and leave when the time, you know, when the shop closes. They're greeting people at the door. They're taking care of people. They're not, when someone walks in, they're not running away. People who cut hair, that's what they do. Show up late, leave early, complain. There's no money, and when someone walks in, they go to the bathroom. They take a smoke break. They don't want to cut that one person. And I know it's hard. Like, Eli, man, yes, I know. I've been doing this 18 years. I've been in the shop since 96. I've been doing this 19 years. I do know that, yes, you're going to run into cheap customers. And I take that hit on the chin at least 4 or 5 times a week. When someone walks in and nobody wants to cut that person, I take that swing cheap chin music, or should I say sweet cheap music that comes in there, and that I know, and they picky. Yo, can you hit this? Oh man, I'm short. Man, you short every week, man. And that's whatever.
That's an excuse though, because I know I'm not mic'd up, but we're gonna keep it real. Because at the end of the day,
you gotta get mic'd up. Go get mic'd up.
No, hold on. This mic mic because that's an excuse because you're not gonna cut that person because they picky. You're gonna leave money on the table just because they picky.
Well, no, it's just, you know, when you're in the trenches, and anybody, whether you cut hair or you're a barber, you know what it is. You know there comes that one mom that's gonna come in with a kid. The kid is bad, and
I understand that, man. Listen,
the kid is bad, but it just. I understand where you're coming from, but it's just something that we deal with in the trenches.
Yeah, for me, as me being a licensed professional, just when I'm dealing with people that's what is the mic right here?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, when I'm dealing with people that has no money or they just keep me for hours for $10, $15, I don't want to. But at the end of the day, I have a family. I'm not gonna just. Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride for sometimes. Sometimes you don't have to deal with it if you're on that level. But at the end of the day, myself, just like y'all,
You should never have to deal with it.
You shouldn't though. But at the same time, we are in the service.
Service profession. Yeah.
Okay.
So to some degree, you just can't. Especially if you're in the shop and they see you. I'm a customer. If somebody do that, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way. I'm gonna feel like, you know what? It's not even a barber. It's just I don't.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it funky.
All money's not good money.
There we go.
You're right though. But in the service environment, when the client, you gotta remember, if we going off a service,
this is good, Sefro. This is good.
Clients is always right to some degree.
Yeah. Client,
to some degree.
Now,
now, if they cheat, they just keep you can't. But you can't.
There's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with someone's being. Listen, there's nothing wrong with someone's being cheap. As long as if you have your price points and they hit your price point, it is what it is. They don't have to tip you. They don't have. They could leave and they don't have to say have a nice day. You just make sure you be courteous and nice and hey, have a nice day. You go about your business. But there's people that can rub you the wrong way. That can come and I've done it where I just pop the cape like, okay, well, you know what? This is not the barbershop for you, and I'm gonna give you a couple of options. There's one up the block, there's one around the corner. You know, because we have rules and regulations, and if you don't want to follow the rules and regulations, you gotta go. It's just that simple.
You gotta talk to the mic, Dante. The mic is on.
I completely understand, but let me ask you this: as a businessman and as a business owner, is this about the love or is this about the money?
It's about love.
All right.
Love for the money.
Love for the money, but at the same time, you can't do what's for love for the money. You have to do it from the heart. Now, with that being said,
Wait, not to cut you. If a kid came in the shop, a little kid, and he was short, right? I'll take the money out my pocket and pay for the kid's haircut.
okay.
You see? Where it's not like I didn't give him a haircut. I'm showing him, like, listen, this is coming out of my pocket. I'm going to take the money out of my pocket, and I'm going to pay for it. Right? Now, if a grown man comes to the shop, okay, I mean, if he's not handicapped and he's able to work, and he comes to the shop and he goes, yo, I'm short. Okay. Well, you won't get a haircut today. Because it's just having the right integrity to walk in an establishment, because you would never go to the mall and do that. You'll never go to any
McDonald's.
place that you
You
feel
can't
is,
bargain. You can't bargain at
it-
stores, but somehow people feel like they're gonna bargain with us.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and again, it's just this is like right now. This is like a barbershop discussion, and this discussion goes on in barbershops all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're talking to, for instance, it goes something that just came into the shop. Gentleman's in there, and this is a friend of mine. And he said and he doesn't even know, we've gotten into this discussion at least 15 years ago in the barbershop when Uncle Philly's, we brought appointments into the thing. Out there in Brookhaven, over there in Suffolk County, there was no appointments. Uncle Philly's was the first barbershop to do appointments, and they set it at $20. Well, $20 an appointment. Oh, everyone was going crazy.
Every time.
This is 96.
Because you know what it is?
97.
People don't like change. And that's the problem. Like, I realized, because even with the stuff that I've done from 97 to now, I constantly did change. I evolved. You know, I remember I used to hang on the block, chill, loud music, rap music, pants hanging, braids. I was wilding like anybody else that would be 19 years old. But then you get to a point where you mature, you know, and you got to leave that past in the past, and you got to become a man. And as I became a man, I started realizing now I'm getting phone calls from congressmen. I'm sitting with senators. You know, it's a different playing field now.
Yeah.
And they groom you and they show you, like, listen, you got to clean up your act. So if you have, you know what it is? If you have older people around you, an older person that will take to you, they'll tell you, yo, you shouldn't do that.
Well, here goes the thing. Now, here comes my friend, been coming to the shop since the establishment, or coming to myself and Ivan the Barber one, whether he was visiting us or whatever, being in the shop. We're talking, and I was just like, I cut two people, and I was just like, oh, well, you know, those are my heavy hitters. And he's like, oh, well, you know, it's a haircut. It's a haircut. I was like, well, that person feels his haircut is valued at $60 per visit, and he comes here once a week. He values it at 60. The person before him values his at 40. The guy I'm about to cut right now, he values it at 40, and he got a time spot. $40, $60 for a haircut, that's way too much. I'm looking at him like, it all depends. It all depends. Now, because I do timeshares, where you come into my shop every Friday at 6 o'clock, every Friday 5:30, that's not an average appointment. I'm not giving you that for $25, and there's no discount. I'm actually charging you more. Because now when someone's getting married 3 weeks from now, and they're like, okay, I want to come in for that Friday at 6 o'clock, you can't. Because that's purchased already. Now, the point to what I'm saying is the kid telling me that that's too much for a haircut. And the other barber, which is actually cutting his son's hair, is like, why do all the other prices go up and ours has to stay the same? Why does it still have to be? Why, if you walk into a barbershop, the prices from the 90s is still up to still now? The prices of what, 15, and now it's still 15 or whatever on the walk-in. It's, again, it comes down to what you think it is valued at. And for barbers that are in the trenches, and even for people who cut hair and they're in the trenches, sometimes you got to take it on the chin, cut that person that nobody likes. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And it's not that you're turning down money. It's just, like you said, not all money is good money. You know, I just washed my cape. This guy is known for being a stinky dude. He's the stinky guy who comes in the shop. He just walked down the block and didn't wash his hair. Now, he doesn't have money for me to wash his hair. Now, I'm going to have to cut him in his cape. I'm going to have to take another cape out the back. You know, So it's just stuff that's gonna go on. This is great talk right here. We took a little bit too long. We were supposed to end the discussion, but I wanted to keep it going because this is the type of talks that we have in the shop. We just had that again. ScissorSalute to East Side of Side. He's one of the clients and one of my friends that's been coming to the shop for a while. He's been there since '96, rocking. I've known him since like '93, and the same discussion we're having here is what we had there. We're gonna have Levar sound off first. Let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. All the information that you want to share with us and your social media information, please do so now. The stage is yours.
You can contact me on Instagram at Trimz Barbershop, or if you want to get personal, you can come to the original Trimz. I'll add you if you know. It's one of those things, you know. You can also look at us. You can look at us at trimzbarbershop.com and check out our website. And you can go to the Nassau County's calendar. It shows you our different events that we do throughout the year, throughout the community. We also have, you're going to see me on BarberCon 2018 with GraphX. And I also did Barbercentrics. I'm actually the first barber that did the interview with Barbercentrics, so I made history again.
Hold up, that sounds familiar right there, that Barbercentrics.
They're a platinum sponsor for BarberCon.
Okay, and Dave, now again with you. Want to sound off, let everybody know they can get in contact with you, all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Cuts by D3rd, Cuts with a K, at Instagram, and definitely book me online, trimzbarbershop.com.
Again, if you have any more questions, you can go to their
website.
And because a lot more people are probably on Instagram, check out the original Trimz.
And Trimz Barbershop.
Just give the phone number out again.
It's 516-867-1466.
Okay, and you guys already know what the deal is with the show. You guys are always welcome to come back. If you guys like to come back, even if you can't come back and you would like to take these new innovative smartphones, make yourselves a little commercial to be played here on the show, we'd love to put it out on there. Anytime you guys are doing an event, if you record the footage and you can make like a minute mix down, we do our best to put it here on the show and share it.
Not to cut you, but if anybody that is a videographer, please come down on August 18th and do your thing. We want as many volunteers and as many people that want to be a part of the event so it can grow, so we can keep adding it to other communities.
It's a massive event.
Like Denny Moe, my brother, he does Cuts for a Cure. He took it from Cuts for a Cure in Harlem to making Cuts for a Cure go across the tri-state. My shop actually held it. Millennium Cuts held it. A couple of other shops in different parts of the boroughs actually held that event. So eventually, Cuts for a Buck will be the same. We call it Cuts for a Buck, but the haircuts is actually free for the children. We also give them free, health screenings, backpacks, sneakers, clothes, food. It's a great event.
We do that I'll do that in my neighborhood, but unfortunately they'd be trying to sell it back to the people waiting online as soon as they stepped out. Let's get into this little video footage of West Park Barbershop video, and then we're gonna have an interview with Natalyn. ScissorSalute. Dante, stay on that mic. Just stay there. Stay right there on that mic. Oh look, you're right. Your back is right up. so that was a little video footage for West Park. That's exactly what we're talking about. A video footage like that.
Real nice.
And we'll put it on here. The funny thing is we've offered that to so many previous guests and no one ever does it. I would do it. I would be like, oh, yo, dope. I got something for you. So, in the beginning of the show, you seen Natalyn. She was showcasing her IG is Nat_curl_junkie. We're going to have to talk about that a little bit too much. Underscores.
A little bit too many underscores.
Yeah,
I like
it confuses. It confuses. I
like
feel like, well, we'll get into that. 15 years of experience. When she was young, she was tender. You still tender-headed now?
I still am tender-headed now. I braid in myself and I will cry on the spot.
Okay, so she felt uncomfortable when she was getting her hair done. She started off doing friends and family and really took in the feeling that she's tender-headed and she wanted to treat them with, something different. And now you're here, braider, stylist, barber. Let's go. That's your hair. You do hair.
I'm hair. My focus is learning to love yourself. So when people come to me, I stay away from all types of chemicals. They ask me for color. We will go through peroxide highlights, henna dyes, but I won't touch anything that requires me to use bleach or any chemical.
Okay, so chemical free.
Chemical free.
It's like organic.
Exactly. As organic as possibly I can be.
Is it Toshiba? Toshiba's the same way. Everything's natural and organic. And then we had people come here about, this is going to be a lot of networking going on here with Natalyn, because you mentioned one of the brands that she's building. She wants to be the braiding barber of Long Island.
Yes, I feel like Trimz has given me this catalyst to combine my talents and really build on that. You were talking about combining your skills and how do you make more money, how do you figure this out? You have to have the skills. And so as a braider, I got my natural hair license. I felt like that was a certificate, just like a college degree. If you're a professional, you have to have a license. And so my next step was, I didn't want to be a cosmetologist. I didn't need to do chemicals. And so what else could I do which would give me a leg up and give me another license? And so I became a barber. And the Long Island Barber Institute gave me both. They gave me the natural hair license, and they gave me the barbering license. And so finding a place also where I could get the most for my money and my time was valuable to me. So I moved to do this.
Okay, yeah. So you was in Maryland. Tell us about the hair scene in Maryland. Majority of the traffic that you've seen.
The majority of the traffic was definitely Scissors, waves. Locks was popular, but as I moved, they were, it was decreasing. It was going back to the traditional, what I like to call the gentleman cut. Very sleek, very professional look, where men were just a low cut. That's what they wanted. They wanted a low cut with a nice line. As long as you could do a nice line, that's what they wanted.
And now the transformation coming over here to New York, what do you see more?
Ooh, at Trimz, like you said, we have so many different people, so many different cultural groups, races, genders. I'm doing tapers and fades. We're doing combination styles. I'm talking about afros and a skin taper, or afro and a light taper. These are difficult
braids
cuts
and
sometimes.
a comb over.
Yeah, braids and comb over.
Yeah,
a pompadour with a ball fade. And you be looking at these people like, you're asking me to do this, I don't know how to do this, and then they go right to social media and they take 3 or 4 pictures and they're like, I want all of this.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right. That's really all you can do. You can't run away from the cuts. You can't run away from the challenges.
Unless the person's white and they show you a black person in the picture, which is happened.
And I give them that style. And I give them
I
that
can't
style.
make it. I can't make it up. When they're like, "Oh, give it," I'm like, "My man, excuse me, ma'am. Your son just look."
It goes both ways, and then you seen Young Jock.
Oh man.
I don't have our styles don't have a color. Our styles don't have a race. They don't have a gender. When somebody gives you something, you as the professional should be able to achieve that. Give a good consultation if you can't achieve it on the spot. Most of my styles sometimes take 2 to 3 hours. I can't bust that down when you walk in the shop. You're a walk-in. No, we need to do a natural hair consultation. I need to look at your scalp, I need to look at your hair textures, because usually it's multiple hair textures. And from that point, then we can service you appropriately. But we can't do that without a consultation.
Not to cut you, but if you think
good.
from back in the days, you would never really see a white guy or a Caucasian man with locks. You see that a lot now.
All the time.
All the time.
Whether fake or real.
We're from out east, so there's always been like a couple of like hippies with some locks. They rocked like the burlap hoodies and stuff and surf out there. So been a little bit familiar with that, and a lot of reggae music, a lot of roots and culture.
Go out to where they buy Willis shop. You see
yeah, well, but it's good to see. I guess Maryland, there's a lot of Caesar waves. In New York, there's a lot of taper fades, and it's a little bit more diverse out here. A little bit more diverse. You have to be a little bit more on your P's and Q's as a barber here up in New York.
I feel like you do, just because some of the creativity out here, they want different things. Like, they just don't want one style. They don't want one look. Everybody seems to want to look unique. Everybody wants to make themselves a brand, or they want to be the most popping on Instagram or whatever it may be. So,
well, speaking of brand and social media, I know you talk about Braiding Barber of Long Island. How do you feel like you're going to accomplish that, building a brand on your social media? Do you have any approaches?
Number one, like you say, networking. Challenging yourself and putting the best around you. One thing we do at Trimz is I came in and I was very intimidated. David and Levar are extremely good. And I felt like as long as I continue to challenge myself and put myself in the realm of people who are doing what I do better, then I'm going to be great. It's about, like you said, taking classes, educating yourself, networking. But once you really put yourself and create friendships with these people, the challenge is different. They want to help you. They want to teach you. So my goal is, as a braider, is to put myself in front of people that can make me better. People that are doing what I'm doing and better. And then I can use them as influences and mentors, and even as opportunities to create more skills for myself.
Negative people stay away. That's what I just got from that.
Yeah.
She's, you know what it is?
Always.
I seen some out uppercutting. A lot of the barbers have been posted it up a lot 2 months ago. You sit at the table with successful people, the conversation is different. So I feel that has to relate to this right here, and being around people that are going to make you better. That's why I said negative people stay away. In the beginning of when you first sat down here, you have a saying that you are building your brand over. Allow people to love what they have. Elaborate on that.
Really, it's learning to love yourself. That's really the slogan. The mission, though, is teaching people that what you have, even if it's possibly going away, you possibly could be losing your hair or it could be thinning, you can still learn to love exactly what you have on your head. And at Trimz, we can encourage that. Like I said, that consultation for me is very important. I want to see what stage you are at mentally and physically. I need to look at your scalp, but I want to talk to you. I want to see how confident you are with wearing this style. As a natural stylist, I deal with a lot of alopecia issues, men losing hair, women losing hair, women with thinning hair, edges gone, totally gone. And confidence. As a barber, you have to build their confidence. You have to make the person look like the way they want to look every day. And it is a challenge because you can't just give them a cut and it only looks right when they're in front of your mirror. You have to give them a cut and confidently know that when they step out of that door, they're going to be able to wear it and look good tomorrow.
So you build confidence.
You build confidence.
We all know.
No, I'm saying because
that's the key to the game.
But you know what though? A lot of people don't see the value in that. They look at it, I'm just a barber, I cut hair. Not realizing you build confidence. You know what's funny? Because I was just saying this, ScissorSalute to the fellas at the shop. I was just talking to Johnny Cake, and I was telling like, y'all build confidence. I was over there Friday, was letting them know that's a talent right there. I can't build confidence with clippers or braid hair or do hair. That's what y'all do. So,
that's a calling.
But with that being said, where's the security at though? You build confidence with people that have security. Where's your security?
Oh yes, definitely. And that's why the BBA BBA is here. The voice that you're hearing is Dante Financial of the BBA, the Barber and Beauty Association, here to bring the profession to that plateau and have that, make sure that we're the same way we're giving the people the confidence to go out there and achieve their dreams and go out there and take on the world. Make sure that our profession will have the stability to last. And what I mean by that is making sure that we have some sort of retirement plans and, you know,
insurance,
benefits, insurance. Even we talk about a lot, even the females having maternity leave. Picture being in this profession and actually having maternity leave now. We're trying to get that so, you know, you don't have to. If I'm not in the shop, I'm thinking about money. So I could picture a female who does hair and they get pregnant with the amount of money that got to be going through their head. They're just counting it. They're getting text messages and they no. They're getting hit up on their websites. But we're gonna get a little bit into that a little bit later with Dante. But yes, I agree with you. We get people prepared to go up to weddings, to all these events, job interviews, and give them the confidence to go out and do that. Barbers seem to be a little bit confident, but we need that stability. It needs to be some concrete foundation.
Not only that though, but besides building confidence, you build memories.
Definitely.
Weddings, proms, graduations, birthdays, anniversaries, you name it. Even on sad occasions, I'm pretty sure there's some barbers that have to, have to cut somebody that passed away for their funeral.
Of course.
I don't know if y'all have any of y'all have done that, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the job too.
Part of the job.
It's more to it, and it's just the fact that everybody outside the beauty industry and barber industry sees y'all value, but y'all base y'all value on haircuts. It's good, but it's deeper than haircuts. You got to place your value on everything outside of just the cut and the customer service, the products. You have to place your value as a person. So if somebody sit and say, why am I paying for that? This is why. It's not because of the service you're giving. It's because what comes with it. It's what you make, how you gonna make that person look at the end of the day. That's what people is paying for. People want to spend money.
Exactly.
You have to give them a reason to spend money. Why should I spend money with you, Eli? Why should I spend money with you?
I'm reliable.
But I'm saying, but
you wanted a reason, I just give you a reason.
But I'm saying you have to give a great reason for somebody to spend $100. I was at a shop last week in the city. I forgot the name of it. In the village, $125 to sit in the chair. $125. And people's paying for that. That's not including the extra service that's to sit in the chair in a barbershop.
We shot Cedric the Entertainer barber battle in the city. They priceless. Was ridiculous. And not only was they ridiculous,
they don't even do the razor.
Yo, they had two shops across the street from each other. And they was getting like $100 a cut plus. But the chairs were like laced with gold. It was
I wonder what the rent is there.
Man, this
so
the rent is
hold on. We got Natalyn
is
here, and she has to go back and finish the rest of the showcase. Let's get back to
Thank you.
You working Saturday? No, we gotta finish.
I'm sorry, I'm getting back to work. That's what we do. We go back.
Okay, because I had a couple more questions. That would be so we're gonna have to go quick. Saturday, Sunday at the shop.
Saturday and Sunday I am at the shop. I have a job which I consider, I do have a quote unquote 9 to 5, but it is my investor. I went to college first, and I felt like I could not just let my debt continue to pile up. And so one thing is that my job send me back to school. My job certify me, whether it's Trimz or my 9 to 5. They are my investors in me. And so my 9 to 5 allows me flexibility when Trimz calls and I need to do something and I got to cut out for a week. You're talking about how do you get paid for them 4 days that you're not at work. I have a job to do that. It's called pay leave. And once I know where Trimz is going, that's why I'm sticking out with him, because I know that he's going to get me to the point where I can quit this 9 to 5. I can confidently move into the barbershop full time and fully say that, all right, my $65,000 in debt, guys, $65,000. I'm so open with saying that because people run to school and it binds you. sometimes.
What?
It binds
We've had
you.
previous guests discuss that on here.
Binds
I
you.
say that all the time because parents are constantly pushing their kids to go to college. My advice, and you ain't got to take it from me. Again, it's my advice. If you don't know what you want to go to college for, don't go. Don't go. Don't go just to keep your parents shut, because then you're going to graduate with debt. And tell you the truth, I know people that have great grades, graduated, overqualified, underqualified for the jobs. Okay, so another thing, let's go over the Fear Not Natural Hollywood. What do you say?
Fear Not Natural Hollywood. This was curated by Jennifer Lord. She's the founder of Natural Hollywood. What she does is she brings African diaspora to Brooklyn or to New York and all around the world, really. She does red carpet events. This is natural hair art. These are not styles that you necessarily would wear walking down the street, but these are magazine worthy. These are, like I said, red carpet events. These are Vogue style hairstyles. And she actually premiered her first edition, which is the Natural Hollywood book, coffee table book. Absolutely amazing. And I had the blessed ability to work with her on putting the layout for that book together. And so combining multiple talents to always serve the purpose, loving yourself and hair. That's what I did. So that's what Natural Hollywood does.
Okay, so let's cover this last couple questions real quick. We talked about short-term, long-term goals. Tell us about the hair loss prevention and crown additives that you were looking into trying to accomplish before the end of the summer.
One of the classes that I'm looking to take is with the Hair Loss Center of New Jersey with Miss LaRon Quarles. She's the founder, where she does laser scans and pH scans and sees exactly what's causing the root cause of your hair loss is. I feel like it's innovative. It's something that's necessary in my field. It's necessary in barbering. It's necessary in natural hair. Because what we find ourselves is that people are losing their hair, whether it's from chemicals, over treatments, over styling, whatever it may be, they're losing their hair. And so we're going to introduce male and female additions. We're talking about full implants on the scalp that match your texture of hair. So the consultation and the services are going to be costly, but these are things that are going to be able to last. We're doing long-term solutions as well as short-term solutions.
Well, that's one of the things.
So these will be crowns and...
But that's the thing, like one of the degrees that you got and a couple degrees that now going to college and you accomplish something, it's great. So that don't get it misunderstood with me saying what I said, because you do have a degree in a topic that's going to help you out in this profession in the long term with products. Tell us a little bit about more what you would think about in long term.
Dante, right?
Yeah.
So what he was talking about was how to get yourself from behind the chair. What skills can you develop to get yourself from behind the chair and make yourself really an elite industry leader? So one thing I hopefully I can do is I have a degree in 3D object design. That basically is object manipulation. Combs, brushes, tools, equipment, casings,
create
garments, wear, small wears. This is what I want to get into, and this is what I want to bring to the industry is how do we begin to in-shop customize our clippers, our combs, make it our own, develop new tools, develop new products, using different materials. This requires collaboration. This requires going to the top of the game and saying, what are you missing? What do you need? Because you got what? Walls, Andis,
Babyliss,
right? But those are clippers.
And what?
Conair.
Well, that's Babyliss.
Oh yeah.
Panasonic.
So you have
Panasonic.
Got a lot of people making equipment. You got a lot of people making tools, but I really want to look into non-mechanical objects, things that require simple, maybe hard plastics or rubbers. And these things can be used in the shop. They can replace some of the tools or maybe products they're using. So this requires roundtable discussions to see what's missing from the industry. And that's really what drove me into being a barber and to getting that certification, because I'm like, I got this, but what do I do with it? College left you with this kind of hanging. You just, you're an object designer. Now go find a job. Well, it's not why I went to school. I wanted to develop stuff. And so I feel like barbering is going to be the catalyst to help me get there and begin to develop my own products and my own tools.
Well, that's what I mean right here, what we're talking about. We took ScissorSalute Harry Houdini, the license to create. Right here we're seeing Natalyn got license to create, many licenses, different licenses and different degrees to create. So if you're a barber, hairstylist, makeup artist, and you have your license, you know, take some pride in having a license. And anytime you go out and get a certificate out of class, remember to take pride in that. You might have your friends and your family cracking little jokes and saying little things, but remember, you're setting your goals and you're trying to get out there and accomplish them. So, of course, you're going to always have some sort of deflections that you're going to have to do and rely on those people that you don't know to support you. Sounds funny, but it's true. And, of course, some people that you support you too. I'm just playing around. But you know you got that one follower who like everything that you do and leave a comment and want to be on some, you're doing great. So, Natalyn, thank you so much for coming down here to the show and sharing your story with us. I know you got to get back and do some work, but before we let you go, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at nat_curl_junkie. We're going to talk about that. And then you can find me on Facebook at Natalyn, Fun with Corinne Obi, or Natural Curl Junkie. To book me, definitely.
That Natural Curl Junkie right there, man.
Definitely book me through Trimz. Definitely book me through Trimz if you want me. Again, I'm there Saturday and Sunday, and we work hard. That's what we do.
Okay, so we're not going to Mr. B's. Okay, we're watching David right here showcase. He shared a story with us on how barbering really changed his life and gave him the flexibility that he needed. He had a job, something came up, and he wasn't able to do that. I'm pretty sure he's still nice with it. I'm going to tell you he's nice with it because he was a mechanic. So mechanics usually have to pay attention to detail. You can't misplace a screw. You can't misplace this. So his attention to detail, I'm going to say, is very advanced. And can we zoom in real quick, LA? On the haircut? Okay, so if you're watching the show right now, you're wondering what he got in his hand. He has Walls Magic Clips. They're cordless. And if you notice, when he's cutting this type of texture, and my advice if you're cutting this type of texture hair, you always want to go with the grain before you go against the grain. Right now, I believe he has a 3-guard on. And are those metal guards? Okay, those are the Walls metal guards.
The premium guards.
The premium guards. And they slip on a little bit better. And if you're watching him right now, he looks like he's about to give a low fade. Out of state people call it a temp fade, where he's going to be going around the perimeter of the head, fading it out. If you really pay attention on what he's doing, if you notice, he's doing a lot of quarter cutting, which we call point cutting. And what I mean by that, if you're watching the show and your hairstylist going, Eli, I don't know what you're talking about. The only time you lay the buzzer flat on the head is when you're doing a guideline. That is the only time that I would recommend that the buzzer is flat on the head. Maybe when you're taking out the bald line as well. If you're taking out the bald line, if you do the bald line with the liners or the foil shaver, yeah, you might have to lay the buzzer completely flat. Otherwise, your fade and the X pattern. If you have a clock watch in front of you, I'd recommend your strokes go from 7 o'clock to 1 o'clock to the right, and then you return back to the left with your stroke going from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock. That is when you have a clock system on you. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you make an X pattern. So you go from the temple peak point to the occipital bone, and you're making X patterns. And if you notice again, he's going with the grain before he goes against the grain. That's just for safekeeping. And when that blade is at the bottom, that means the blade is open and it's at its longest point. When he shuts the blade and closes the blade, that means it's going to its shortest point. And then from there, you take the guard off, put the other guard on, and you open the blade back up. It's at its longest point. Now, It all depends on different techniques that you have. Again, this is David for Trimz Barbershop. He's going to be doing a low fade. And I'm gonna say the force is strong with him, because when you're a mechanic, you gotta be close attention to detail. And I bet you them buzzers is striking. I know they hitting. He's a mechanic. That means he's good with his hands. He can grab them buzzers and make them sharp as they can be, and right on point. I know them things are striking. Okay, so joining us right here, introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name is Kalin. Most know me as Sonny the Barber. First, I want to say it's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today.
Oh, thank you, man. Such a true gentleman coming over here, paying his respect right there.
Yes,
Kingdom owned. Now explain that.
Kingdom owned. I'm a child of God.
Okay.
I use barbering as a tool to be able to fellowship with others. I feel like this is my calling, and I'm enjoying it right now. So
I'm loving that hat too, by the way.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing about this profession, man. There's some nice apparel out there for the shops now. Like you see Uppercuts, Gus from Uppercuts that's all he wears. He'll be a champion hoodie, but he'll say Uppercuts. Everything.
Gotta brand
Got to
yourself
brand it,
that way.
right?
Yeah, it's branding. Now, how do you fit into the shop? You know, what is your niche in the shop? How do you fit in there?
Well, I'm a junior barber, I'll call myself. I've just been being mentored by my boss, Levar. He's like a big brother to me. And every day I've just been learning and mastering my craft pretty much.
What do you think is your strong point at this point in your career? What is your strong point when it comes to, this profession?
Right now, I would say communication, collaborating with the clients. I'm a big fade guy. I was in the military, so that's pretty much all I did. Like you said before, you mentioned temp fades, high top fades, ball fades. And that's mostly that's my.
And your tools of choice?
I'm a master's guy. Like 5 stars. It really doesn't matter to me, honestly.
Well, to me, it's a little bit. It's a little something now, because if you notice, like I said, if you notice, David, I mentioned earlier, he has the magic clips in his hand.
I like everything wireless.
I loved my masters. I loved it them. I loved it them. I did, and I don't care if you're like Eli. That's not how you're supposed to say love. No, you might have loved something. I loved it. Those things. I got the cherry red and its masters. I want. And they didn't come with the surgical blade. So when I got them, I went and spent $25 on a surgical blade. I spent another whatever amount of money getting the cord, the detangling cord on them. I went and got them tattooed before people. This was before social media. This is before 2013. I went and got them tattooed. Rest in peace to Merrill Graham. Rest in peace to Venus Downing. I got their names on my buzzers.
Wow.
Boom. I'm cutting with them. And my things are striking.
You definitely get arms lifting up those masters.
I'm telling you.
They're striking. My things is hitting. My things hit. And I'm not worried about, don't your fade masters, don't they get caught in the skin? No, they get caught in the skin if, the pores are open and you got to wield them the right way. Anyway, one of the barbers is like, Eli, you got to go cordless. I'm hard-headed and I'm stubborn, and I'll openly admit that every damn day.
That's where I'm heading right now.
Right?
Cordless, yeah.
What happens, we have Jube on the show. Jube's like, Eli, listen, you got to go cordless. So I'm like, you know what? I got the supply guy comes up here. Got the cordless. Got him. Boom. Set him at the buzzer. Set him at the shop. Charged him. They were there for 3 months. Never used them.
Wow.
Charged. My masters, they doodled the bed on me. I'm like, what the? No.
No.
Baby, no. You know how it is when your tools is going.
Right.
I said, I got to go to these magic clips. I pick up the magic clips. I put the Speedo guide on. I'm like, great. At least they take my guards. I love the Speedo guards, the red clips.
The red clips.
Boom, they take it. I'm like, oh my God. And I always test the buzzer by stopping the blade. If I turn it on, I put my thumb on it and I press it down.
Well, it has a rotary, so it never stops.
Well, some like, you ever get You ever be at a show, a hair event, and they got all the tools, you know, you're like, you turn them on. If I can stop the blade with my thumb, I don't want them. Like the Styliners, I love Styliners. And if I turn them on and my thumb can stop the blade, it's no good.
See, that's why they went away from that. Well, they're not really all going away from the magnetic aspect, but the rotary style of clipper with that spinning mechanism, you can't stop a rotary. It's going to keep going and going. It'll cut right through you.
Oh no, just trust me. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. And then now I love the freedom, and it's hard for me. And I know the Masters is striking, but I got 2 magic clips, and I set them up so good. They're ready to go through any terrain.
Did you try those seniors yet?
No, I haven't. I'm waiting. I'm actually gonna check the Andis Li Envies, but I'm waiting for
the seniors.
I'm waiting for the Masters. I'm waiting for the cordless Masters to come out.
They got to do it.
They're gonna have to. You see, someone took it upon himself and did it, right? He's selling them.
Oh yeah.
Cordless. He uses a lithium battery and puts it in there. But okay, let's get back to Kalin. I'm sorry to take a bit of time talking, but when you're in this profession, you always look for different angles, and he's just getting started. Well, he said he's a junior, and I like the way he's doing that, humbling. And I just wanted to see his strong points, what he has. Now I want to hear about your weak points, things that you can work on, you know.
I would have to say is I struggle mostly with female clients. Just, I guess the nervousness of it. I don't know what it is. I'm good with kids and everything else, but
me too. I'm nervous with them too, man. The ladies, man.
Yeah,
I've been doing it for. Still nervous.
I don't know what it is about that, but I would have to say that's something I'm really working on, because they flock to me, but it's working with them is, you know, I have to ask my boss, you know, hey, do you mind if you can help me
Mayday.
out? Yeah, you know, honestly, the thing about Trimz that I love is that he knows before I even say anything, so it, you know, it's sort of calms the situation.
Well, that's it's always good. Again, we talked about at the beginning of the show, seems to be the theme with Trimz is the team camaraderie, the way the team comes together.
Yes.
Now, Trimz, he's obviously, you know, he's being mentored by you. He's your apprentice. Safe to say he's your apprentice?
I mean, pretty much everybody that works in the organization, as the leader of an organization, that at some point, they're your apprentice, because you're going to mentor your whole flock, you know?
Oh, hold on. Let's take this call. Hello, you're live on the air with the ScissorSalute Show.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? Who's this?
It's Denny Moe.
Denny Moe. What's going on, man?
What up, brother?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
ScissorSalute. This is Eli the Barber. I have to say, man, I seen you on the internet a couple times doing some things there, some pretty big things.
Man, we try to, you know, we community-based barbershop, man. We try to make it, you know, involve the community in everything we do in every aspect. You know what I mean?
So let's get into a couple of things that you've done for the community and the outcomes of one. So just bring us through an event that you have for the community.
Oh, man, you know, in order to be in and of the community, man, the community has to be all about you as well. And we have a great response from our community because, you know, we care. You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds cliche, but, you know, Denny Moe cares. You know what I'm saying? So we put on an event, you know, biannually called Cutting for a Cure. Mm-hmm. And we're health advocates in my barbershop. We had the Heart Association come through and teach us how to do blood pressure testing and all that. So, you know, when people come in and not feeling so good, we'll give them a blood pressure screening and see how, you know, their blood pressure, you know, is going on that day and why it's high or why it's low. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But Cutting for a Cure is an event that we do biannually, like I said, and we have screening mobiles that will line the street to test people for various diseases. And notice that I said cutting for a cure and not cutting for cancer or cutting for diabetes or so forth and so on. Because the community is not just plagued by cancer. We're not just dying from kidney disease and kidney failure and stuff like that. We're dying from a lot of different things, and it needs to be addressed, And we'll have like a triage outside of the barbershop where people can come get free testing. And we actually have follow-ups too. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest things we're big on. Whenever you come to Denny Moe's to test anybody for anything, because these guys have grants, to test people in the barbershop. But I had the customer ask me one day, D Mo, when I find out what's wrong with me, what next? And that was a major concern of mine, because the simple fact that a lot of these people don't go to the doctors, and most of the reason is because they don't have adequate health insurance, And that's what we do. We put people in the right places to be taken care of the right way, Again, Cutting for a Cure, we have entertainment all the way around the clock for 48 hours nonstop. I failed to mention that there was a 48-hour haircutting marathon as well.
Yeah.
We cut hair for 48 hours.
Trust me, I did it.
Around the clock for free.
Yeah, and we also have Levar here from Trimz Barbershop. Anything you want to say to Demi?
Man, I love him. He's a big bro. You already know. I had the privilege of actually doing cutting for a cure with Denny Moe. It was a great experience. It also spared me to make sure my events can do more for the community.
Right.
As far as doing the health screenings, because he actually, like I told you, he branched Cutting for a Cure to different barbershops across the borough. And I was privileged to be one of those guys.
And we're privileged to have them join forces, man. It's what we do. We look for like-minded barbers who want to be a part of their community, who want to grow their community and be an asset in and of their community. So we met. They came up to one of my Cutting for Cures, and man, it's been a love affair ever since, man. Trim is one of my best dudes, man. We get together. I go to his events. He come to mine. There's no competition, none of that stuff. Me and him, we've never felt competition in our life. Reason being is because we're about our business. When you're about your business, you ain't got time to be worrying about nobody else's business. So he came out and he rocked with Cutting for a Cure, and I came out to his cuts for $1 a couple of times and cut the kids for free. And man, this is what it's about, man. This is what we live for, bro. I mean, we love what we do in every aspect of the work.
We do it on a Saturday. See, most barbers, they be like, yo, I can't do it because it's a busy day for me. That's where you lose. You lose because you're not doing it from here. You got to do it from the heart. You got to know that no matter if it's your biggest money day, it's only one of your biggest money days. There's 365 days in a year. There's 52 weekends.
I know, man. I understand where you're coming. It's just, I feel like if you're going to do it, and you're going to volunteer your time, whatever day you could do it, get it done. If you're going to do it on Saturday, that's great that you're able to do it on Saturday. If you're not, and you're only available on Sunday, Monday, the point that I'm going to see is that you're giving back, you're giving your time, whether it's on your, it might be your day off that you're like, oh, you know what, on my day off, I'll come down. Because, everyone has their own little things. You want to give back, and a lot of people want to give back, but it's going to be sort of hard because maybe their overhead at the house or their overhead of life relies on that, relies on that. So, but it's great to see that you guys are able to collab, and y'all from New York, because New York it's hard. There's really not too much collaborations out there besides what I see with the Lineup Inc. going on. It's hard to accomplish something in New York with another barber. Just like you said, you're calling up other barbers to see if they want to come for the cuts for $1. I mean, think about it. It wasn't none of that stuff was going down back in the 90s or the early 2000s. No shops was trying to collaborate with each other. And now it's great to see that something like that's going on now.
Well, I like to think that I spearheaded that because of the simple fact that like I said before, there's no competition. I've been doing this for 40 years and I haven't felt competition yet. You know what I'm saying? So work with other barbers, man, I'm ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? We don't have because we give because we have. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean,
we don't look and sit down and count our money and say, okay, well, we got this to give, we got that to give, because we don't have anything to give back. We just give what God give us to give. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple.
Definitely. I feel like one of the things that opened my eyes was social media, and it's sort of sad that it took social media to do it, but you know what? It woke me up. I realized there is no the terminology competition up the block. It never existed. It was something that was put into my head because the person that taught me how to cut hair was on some McDonald's don't mix with Burger King. Well, it doesn't matter if McDonald's and Burger King mix, because people are still going to go to Burger King and other people are still going to go to McDonald's. Now, the thing I need to worry about is how am I going to get people in my chair and keep them in my chair? That person up the block isn't taking money from me. The celebrity barber coming into the shop won't take money from me, and neither will the beautiful lady who knows how to cut hair. She's not going to take no money from me either. The only person that take money from me is me. Showing up late, leaving early, extended breaks, excuses. You know, maybe leaving when that last person walks in, like right when I'm about to lock up. And, yo, can I get that cut? That's taking money out my pocket, not the competition up the block. They have nothing to do with me. And, you know, of course, here at the ScissorSalute Show, I've been fortunate enough to meet some great people in this profession, whether it's a barber, hairstylist, a makeup artist, somebody who's marketing strategy, someone who's thinking about the concrete foundation for giving our profession some insurance, some stability. I'm fortunate to be around people like that. And Denny Moe, the door's open. If you ever want to come down here to the ScissorSalute Show, you could come down here, you know, advertise, you know, let us know about one of your events. At the same time, maybe either cut hair or bring someone down here to cut hair. We do an interview with you here in the studio, and we'll have Levar come down here and he can interview you. I'll sit back in the cut and let him do a little interview.
Hey man, that sounds awesome, man. We're gonna have to set that up.
Yes, we're gonna have to. We're gonna leave that up to Levar, because I just found out that the studio's not too far from where he works at all.
Okay.
So it'd be great to have you down. Denny, before we let you go, please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. All your social media information that you have, you could tell us that. And if you have an upcoming event, you could say that as well.
Okay. First of all, you can. We're at 2496 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, New York, 10030, straight out of Harlem, USA. And I'm on Denny Moe's, at Denny Moe's on IG, Denny Moe at Facebook and Twitter. And you guys just get at us, man. You know, we love to collaborate with different people. We love ideas. You know, we have a whole lot going on. We got a Father's Day thing coming up on the 14th with Warner Brothers and Bablis Clipper Company.
That's right.
Nice.
And they're going to come in and give away 3 hours worth of free haircuts, man. And we're looking forward to it. You know,
we're doing that too.
Another community outreach. You know, that's what it's about.
Well, thank you so much thank you so much
Father's Day weekend
for calling in, brother.
You got it for sure.
All right.
Me and Levar gonna be talking. We're gonna be kicking it. Y'all call him Levar, I call him Trimz. You know,
definitely.
It's all good though.
All right. I'm gonna call him Trim too.
There you go.
Well, thank you. There's so many.
Love that cat, man. Anybody out there in radio land, man, you listening, man. If you're around the Long Island area, man, get to know your local neighborhood barber, man. Trimz is one of the few, you know what I'm saying, the special ones, man, that you guys got to get a hold to. You know, like I was saying before, I've been doing this for 40 years, man. I'm living off the residuals, man. You know what I'm saying, of what I've created, you know. I go to the barbershop and my schedule is jam-packed all week long because I'm reliable. You know what I'm saying? I'm personable. You know, and he's the same exact way. You know, so find you a home. Like the churches always say, the doors of the church is open. Find you a decent barbershop to go to, man. And the doors of the barbershop is open, man. You know what I mean? Whether it's in Long Island, Guy Lombardo Avenue, or whether it's in Harlem, right here, Harlem, USA. Denny Moe.
ScissorSalute, well said, man. Made me do the gesture and the camera's not even on me. All right, Demi, so hopefully we could set that up. And let's get, I just wanted to, before we get back to Kalin, I just wanted to let the viewers know what you just seen of him. What David had in his hand was the Slimline Pros, and then he had the other cordless ones that light up, the illuminated blue.
Yeah, the new outliner T.
The new T outliners by Andis. I actually had them in my hand over the weekend. One of the barbers purchased them. Listen, I know we have this thing. This is my tools. This is what I started with. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see the upgrade when you're using the cordless, the freedom that you have, the way that you're going to be able to maneuver is just totally different. I'm all forward with the cordless movement, but if you're still connected with the cords, there's nothing wrong with that as long as the job gets done.
See, once you branch out of the
Hey, man, I always say, it ain't in the Clippers, baby.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, you're right. It's
right.
not on the Clippers. It's not on the Clippers, right?
It ain't in the sneakers, and it ain't in the Clippers.
No, listen, it's not in the Clippers. But King Arthur did swing Excalibur because he liked Excalibur. He liked the way it cut. You know, it's just certain tools in your hand. You know, I used to kick 16 balls before the show, and I used to say my face. What is it? Oh yeah, my face don't change because of price. I'll take a line out of a head with a fork and a butter knife. You know, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
To me, it doesn't matter, but the freedom that you have, and at the same time, the way social media is going, barbers now, this is the independent educator. What better way than to be a barber and educate hairstylists with something that they are used to. They are used to having freedom. The only cord that they're really connected to is that hair dryer. When they have the shears in their hand and the sprays in their hand and everything else, they have a lot of freedom. Hairstylists now are wanting to fade. So again, you can give them 76s, a little heavy in the hand. You can give them the Masters heavy in the hand, or you can give them the freedom of a Magic Clip or a Babyliss FX673s or the Andis LI Envies. And they will be a little bit more familiar with having that freedom and the lightness of them. So now you have the ability to make more money by teaching hairstylists how to cut hair. Again, you're right. It's all in the Clippers. Let the Clippers do the talking. But I'll tell you this much. I love them cordless clippers, man. I love them.
It's cool for scissor over, like clip over comb. It's cool for when you got to do events that don't have the right power.
Correct.
That's where it's key. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely great for that.
Yeah,
and it's definitely great for a quick story before you guys go. I was over in Europe, and I was cutting Keith Sweat's hair. I was on tour with Keith Sweat, and over there the power was much stronger than over here. So when I plugged my clippers up, they burnt out.
Woo.
Boom! I was in a half a haircut, you know. And I didn't have no wireless clippers. I wish I would have had some wireless clippers. I would have rocked out, but I'm a veteran barber, so I put razor to comb and completed the haircut. Blew everybody's mind.
Nice.
They was trying to figure out, wow, what did you just do? You know what I'm saying? Because you just didn't, you know, your clippers blew out, and all you had was a razor and comb, and you completed the haircut, gave them a mean line in the 09. And but that's what we do. That's what we do as barbers. You understand what I'm saying? We make a way out of no way.
And I'll tell you this much. I know one of the reasons why I did that is because you're educated with combs. You have comb education. Because I remember when I first started, it was just like, I don't need all these combs. And then along the way, I was like, wait a minute. Let me grab that fine tooth comb right here, the multiple tooth comb on me, because I need this for this. You know, but when I do shears, I really don't like messing with that with long hair. I need this because it could go through the hair easier. Now I have I have a good 5-6 different combs at my station. One that I use damn near on every haircut. And it's funny because I see hair. I got it out of a salon. My sister gave it to me, and you know. But that's one of it's great to be educated. And right now we're going to go to Mr. Beauty Equipment, and then we're going to ask all the guests to come back to the stage so we can do the outro. Demi, thank you so much for calling in, brother.
Without a doubt, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's get into that Mr. B's Beauty Equipment, and then we're going to ask all the guests.
I'd like to welcome you to our headquarters, located in Freeport, New York. It's 14,000 square feet, filled with state-of-the-art salon, barber, pedicure, you name it, it's here. We have 26 barber chairs on display. We do design, we do layout, we do lease-to-own programs for barber shops. Please come check us out, pay us a visit, and you'll even get to see the museum soon. We have vintage furniture that's been around forever, and we're going to share it with the American public.
Well, welcome back. It was a great show for today. Just a reminder, if you could put that up, LA BarberCon will be this up-and-coming Sunday, Monday. If you could just put that up. Tickets is on sale at barbershopconnect.com, or you can go to Instagram, Barbershop Connect, and click the link in the IG bio. I would recommend that you buy your tickets and be ready to go when you get there. Why wait online to purchase tickets if you could just buy them online? I don't know if you got that joke. It wasn't that funny, but I said it anyway. Enough about that. It's going to be a lot of education going on there. The Great 8 from the States is going to be there. A lot of different brands. A lot of education going around. Education, education, and network. In other words, you come to the big events like that, make sure you're bringing your business cards, and don't be scared to say, hello, my name is. Don't be scared to do that. Or say, ScissorSalute, my name is. I would recommend you say that. ScissorSalute, my name is such and such. Because you never know who you're going to meet. A lot of the times I've been to these events and I walk right past someone that's liked every single one of my pictures. Or we've talked and we've built and we've networked, and I'm walking right past them. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, wow, this person was there. I'm seeing them on their IG, and I'm like, in the background, I'm like, there I go in the background. I didn't even say hello to them. So make sure that you're taking the time. You're already invested in going to this event. You invested your money. You invested your time. So you might as well go there and do as much networking as you can. You never know who you're going to meet and what the outcome could be. Unless you make the, take the initiative to start moving forward. Otherwise, you're just going to be there, me-mugging, looking around. Like, why even go? Why even go and me-mug?
Yo, you got it.
Why even go?
When you go to those events, you got to just say what's up to everybody.
Yeah, just go up,
Make
shake
friends.
their hand, that's it. So we'd like to ScissorSalute everybody who came in here tonight, and Denny Moe who called in. So we'd like to ScissorSalute David for coming in, showcasing, Natalyn for showcasing, and giving us a little bit of natural hair education. Again, there's a lot of information, education, and inspiration here at the ScissorSalute Show. And we'd also like to ScissorSalute Trimz Barbershop owner, Original Trimz, and Kalin for coming down here. I like the way he called himself well, it's a junior in a good way. Junior that he's in the junior state of mind when it comes to barbering.
Right.
We talked about his strong points and his weak points, and he talked about it openly. So to me, I feel like already he's taking an initiative to become better. My recommendation to anybody here on the show, even myself, is to remain coachable. If you notice, Trimz has been doing it since '97, and he's looking up to Denny Moe as like a mentor. They network with each other, whatever, but you're still taking in that information, and it's great to see someone that's been doing it for so long still, taking it on like that. We'd also like to ScissorSalute Dante Financial. Don't forget to go on to Dante Financial and sign the petition to start the BBA. The profession is ready. We talked about it with a couple of the guests tonight, how they thought, like, what are you going to do as a real job? This profession, it is about as real as it gets. We take care of our families. We take care of our bills. Now we need just a bit of stability to get it going. Now we're going to ask everybody to put their hands in right here. We're going to do a ScissorSalute sound off. So if you could just come over here. Now, when I say scissor, you say salute. Say it as loud as you can. Scissor! Salute! Woo! You heard Trimz Barbershop. It made some noise. So, if you like house music, switch over to StrongIsland.tv and check out my house show. The best house show on the internet. And make sure you give us the thumbs up on the Scissor Salute page and the StrongIsland.tv page, the quickest growing TV channel on Facebook. So thank you guys for checking out the Scissor Salute Show. If you're watching this right now, you want to show some support, press the share button, put it on your timeline. Press that share button one more time, put it in all the hair groups that you're part of. Scissor Salute, and thank you so much for watching the show.
Scissor Salute.
Scissor Salute.